because he knows what can happen if Alexis Hornbuckle goes out of the game.
Ruddle for three. Rebound taken by Lewis. Still 2-0 Morgantown. Pryor to Lovett. Lovett with a little room. Ball is knocked away. Here comes Hornbuckle. Montgomery, left hand up, too strong. Rebound front for Morgantown. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Morgantown. South Charleston will have it.
A good follow trying to get that rebound that time for South Charleston was Alexis Hornbuckle. Just came off her fingertips, and good hustle by Morgantown to get their hands on it.
Hornbuckle with the basketball for three. Good. Alexis Hornbuckle. 3-2 South Charleston. Here's the pressure by the Black Eagles. Pryor finds Joseph for three. Rebound. Weigel fights for it. With Montgomery, held ball favors South Charleston.
Outside jumper by Joanna Joseph, just not falling right now. She's a great outside shot. She had 19 points in the quarterfinals, 18 points last night in the semifinals.
Averaging 18.5 in this tournament. She's one of those players, Fred, who has stepped up in tournament play.
No question, and only a sophomore.
Montgomery. Back-to-back threes for South Charleston. This time it's Renee Montgomery. It's 6-2 South Charleston. Love it. Down court, finds Joseph. And Pryor will reset.
Still in that man-to-man, but you note Renee Montgomery has dropped off the point a little bit. She doesn't want Carrie Pryor to beat her on the dribble, and Carrie's very good at that.
Pryor off the dribble. Tough shot, not there. Hornbuckle rebounds. Doesn't have the numbers, but that doesn't always stop her. Hornbuckle pulls up. Rebound taken by South Charleston. In the scramble, Morgantown with the basketball quickly down. There's Joseph. One-on-one with Lovett. Left hand up. Too strong. Taken by Lewis. Has it blocked by Hornbuckle. Fight for the basketball. Held ball. Morgantown will have it.
That time Lloyd Coleman came in from underneath to tie up Janelle Lewis. Janelle Lewis got the offensive board after the missed try by Joanna Joseph. Good rebound there by Janelle Lewis. And then good play on the part of Coleman to come in and strip it loose.
Joanna Joseph over to Weigel. A foul away from the basketball, and they're going to call that on Lloyd Coleman. So Coleman had a bit of a mismatch there with Lewis and drew the foul.
Yeah, Lloyd Coleman, 5'8", at least that's what they listed. I think that's stretching it a little bit. Janelle Lewis is 6'1", and she's very active down inside, so that will be a mismatch all night long if they continue to play it that way.
Not a shooting foul. Weigel will key it in. Joseph. Joseph knocks down her first three.
There you go, and again, she has that great shooting touch outside, and she's not afraid to put it up.
South Charleston by 1, 6-5 early. AAA title game between South Charleston and Morgantown. First trip ever to the title game for South Charleston. Montgomery for three. And Montgomery has back-to-back three. 9-5 South Charleston.
We talk a lot about Alexis Hornbuckle, but we've mentioned Renee Montgomery. She is a talented sophomore.
You're right, and I guess South Charleston doesn't sneak up on anybody now, or their players don't, but there is so much emphasis on Hornbuckle that you forget about somebody like Montgomery. She has 2 threes, and she's given South Charleston the early 4-point lead over Morgantown in the title game. We'll be back.
When you're from a state like ours. And since 1839, we've been proud to be part of it. United Bank, West Virginia's bank.
It's funny what people believe about West Virginia. Some think we're part of Virginia. Others are sure Mothman lives here. And some even believe West Virginia construction costs are higher than other states. Well, we're pretty sure West Virginia became a state in 1863. And in a recent independent study, West Virginia's construction costs compared favorably to other states. It's time to break down the myths. West Virginia is a great place to do business. And as for Mothman, the truth is out there somewhere.
know what?
What?
You gotta eat.
Well, it's in your eyes. Ain't no surprise. You got a thing for rallies. Check it out. What you gonna have for rallies?
Your taste buds won't know what hit them. Unbeliever Burgers are back. Get your choice of our new mushroom Swiss burger, bacon cheddar burger, or chili cheeseburger, just 99 cents each. Can't beat them, gotta eat them. 99-cent Unbeliever Burgers.
For rallies.
Watch Jennifer McAndrews tonight on Eyewitness News.
You can follow the tournament on the internet at wvstatetournament.com, powered by CityNet. Did that a lot this week, Fred.
Well, they've been busy this week. We've had a lot of games to report on. It has complete stats, has complete play-by-play on the web at wvstatetournament.com. Great way to follow the game if you can't turn your radio on and you're listening there in your office. It's a great way to follow the state high school basketball tournament.
That website will be up and operating next week, too, for the boys' tournament.
Yes, it will.
Which starts Wednesday night. We'll have the TV broadcast 1 week from tonight for the boys' AAA title game. All right, South Charleston with the basketball in the lead, 9-5. Hornbuckle to Montgomery, gets away from her, wasn't expecting the pass. And that's going to be a backcourt violation, over and back, so turnover South Charleston.
So many times, Alexis Hornbuckle, when she has the basketball in the front court, she just takes control of it. And you're right, Renee Montgomery was a little surprised by the pass from Alexis.
Pryor, the freshman, over to Joseph. Entry pass, too strong. Hornbuckle with the steal. So she can get it back on the defensive end, as you see there. Hornbuckle, last touch by Morgantown. Pryor tipped it, so South Charleston will have it.
Good look inside by Alexis that time. And just good heads-up defensive play by Morgantown.
When you're playing with Hornbuckle, you better be ready. The basketball may come Fred at any time or from any place. Steps by Montgomery.
We've seen that so many times this week in the state tournament. This year, officials were asked to put emphasis on that traveling violation. You'll see them fake one way and then take off with the basketball still in their hands, and that's definitely traveling.
Little backcourt pressure. Love it. Gets it over to Joseph. And back to Pryor, who will set it up. Morgantown down by 4. 9-5. 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Love it. Just a sophomore. Very young Morgantown team. One senior in the starting lineup. Lewis. A lot of traffic there. And as she goes up for the shot, she's fouled.
Janelle Lewis, a 6'1 junior. Of course, she is the daughter of former Mountaineer star Junius Lewis, and just an outstanding player. She has great strength on the inside, really takes care of the basketball. She makes the move through the lane, and then the slap of the basketball loose by South Charleston.
Lewis has struggled from the free throw line in this tournament, just 2 of 8 free throw shooting in the 2 games leading up to the championship game.
Came in averaging almost 7 points a contest on the regular season. She had 5 in the quarterfinal round win of the Greenbrier East, had 7 last night in the semi-win over Spring Valley.
Misses them both. Rebound South Charleston. Brittany Whiting preparing to come in for Morgantown. Freshman who comes off the bench, and she's had a good tournament. We'll talk more about her when she gets in the ballgame. Hornbuckle working. 5 for Hornbuckle, and South Charleston's biggest lead at 6 points. Pryor, bounce pass, has it blocked away by Hornbuckle. First, second block of this tournament. Lewis gets it back, up short, rebound. Black Eagles. Fred, they are so athletic, and Hornbuckle does so many things offensively and defensively. They're not going to give you the cheap one.
You have to be aware of where Alexis Hornbuckle is on the floor at all times.
Coleman comes out here with the basketball, and South Charleston will reset. Montgomery pierces the defense. The shot is blocked, though, by Pryor. Goes out of bounds. Now substitution. And Lewis will sit down as Brittany Whiting comes in.
You know, we talk about the defensive stalwart of South Charleston. You can also watch Morgantown. Carrie Pryor, a freshman, did an outstanding job on blocking the last basketball out of bounds.
Hornbuckle found Montgomery. Great pass by Montgomery. Charles has her shot blocked by Lisa Lovett. So Rebecca Charles went up. Lovett got in, blocked the shot, but committed the foul.
All started out on top with Alexis Hornbuckle. Whips the pass inside to Renee Montgomery. A little shovel pass on to Rebecca Charles. And then the foul occurred by Lisa Lovett of Morgantown. But good ball movement by South Charleston.
keying that play was Montgomery's pass.
She starts a lot of great offensive plays for South Charleston.
Charles, 4 of 5 free throw shooting coming into this game, makes the first one. Makes 1 of 2, but rebound South Charleston. Charles is up. Rebound taken by Lovett. Here comes Morgantown, trailing 12-5. Joseph pulls up, thinks about it. Over to Whiting. Waggle. Nothing there, and ball knocked out of bounds. But last touch by South Charleston. Morgantown, Fred, needs offense.
They do, and I think right now Renee Montgomery is playing it very, very smart. One of the better defensive players for Gerald Berge. She has drawn the assignment of the freshman, Carrie Pryor. She's playing about 8 or 9 feet off of Pryor because Pryor is so quick on that first step.
Whiting too strong. But touched by South Charleston. Morgantown gets another shot.
And this is something that Gerald Berge does not like, giving Morgantown that many opportunities to score.
1:36 left to go in the first quarter. South Charleston leads at 12-5 Pryor. And another opportunity for Morgantown, but Weigel stepped out of bounds.
The one thing that Alexis Hornbuckle has already done, she is forcing Morgantown to take those perimeter shots. She already has a couple of block shots. They're not even trying to go inside the last couple of times down the floor.
Moderate pressure by Morgantown. Broken by South Charleston, but the pass too strong. Turnover South Charleston. Gerald Berge, who has not won a state title, but is 1 game away. Now the ball is stolen away. There's Montgomery with the steal. One-on-one with Whiting. Foul's going to be called on Whiting. So Brittany Whiting commits the foul. But again, it's Renee Montgomery making something happen.
The speed, the defensiveness of Renee Montgomery. Very quick hands to take it away from Joanna Joseph. She gets up, dribbles to the basket, and the blocking foul called on Brittany Whiting. And Renee will go to the line to shoot 2 times.
First trip to the free throw line tonight for Montgomery. 10 for 14 from the line coming into the game. 10 for 14 in the tournament.
On the season, a 70% free throw shooter as well. She's pretty good.
Biggest lead of the night so far for South Charleston. 14-5. South Charleston leads Morgantown coming up on a minute to play in the first period. That's Whiting over to Lovett. And Morgantown has yet to solve the defense of South Charleston, which has been in a man-to-man since we tipped it off. Joseph in trouble. Gets it into Lovett. Double teamed, bounce pass over to Waggle, and somehow Waggle gets it up and in.
Karen Weigel, a 5'8" senior. In fact, the only senior on this starting 5 for Morgantown. She averages about 5 points a game and comes in really looking to score.
It's a needed basket there for Morgantown. Coleman with a step. And a foul. Morgantown had gone 3 minutes, 30 seconds without a basket.
One thing we note with interest, Hoppy, is the fact that Carrie Pryor has that right arm with a wrap on it. Last night, she hit the floor rather hard. A very serious moment, scary moment for Alan Collins' ball club. She had to get out of the game. Looked like she was in a lot of pain. She came back in just a few seconds later, but she does have that arm wrapped tonight.
Foul was on Lovett per second, so there will be a substitution here, but Lovett stays in. And Joseph goes out. Brittany Drake has come in for Morgantown. She makes 1 of 2, gets the bounce. And it's 15-7. Now the steal, near steal, here comes Morgantown. Carrie Pryor dribbling in and out of trouble. Turnover, Renee Montgomery with the steal. It's a race between her and Pryor. Up with the left hand and good. What a great shot by Renee Montgomery. 2 players on her. She goes up wide with the left hand, up and good. She has 10 early points, Fred.
Open court race. Renee Montgomery's going to win that one every time. Very quick.
Bounce pass to Lovett. Holds up. Whiting. Rebound was touched by Hornbuckle, who could not hang on to it.
But she couldn't bring it down. She was up high enough to get her hands on it, but she couldn't bring it down, and it goes out of bounds.
Saw a picture of Alan Collins there trying to solve the mystery. Well, I guess, Fred, it's not a big mystery. South Charleston's pretty good athletes.
There you go.
Morgantown cannot get off the shot. So Alan Collins Head coach of Morgantown will plan some strategy. The two head coaches before the game, and Alexis Hornbuckle.
In nature, speed and timing are crucial. And now you need both to get a great deal on a Jeep vehicle, since the Best Values in America event won't be around for long. So act fast to get great products, a great warranty, and great deals, like a Grand Cherokee with 0% financing for 60 months or a $3,000 cash allowance. So get to your Jeep dealer today, because timing is everything. Great products, a great warranty, and great deals all add up to the Best Values in America. Hurry to your Jeep dealer for details or visit Jeep.com.
My hair was totally fried. Infusium made a difference like that.
Infusium 23 leave-in treatment. The leave-in Beth believes in. Infusium 23 leave-in treatment corrects, restores, and structurizes damaged hair.
It feels great.
Infusium 23, the leave-in you'll believe in.
Special Olympics, where athletes display courage, spirit, and athletic ability.
Help support Special Olympics.
Good defense, buddy.
See specially marked bags of M&M's chocolate candies.
South Charleston up on Morgantown 17-7 AAA title game. Renee Montgomery has 10 of those points. And Fred, there was a scary moment in last night's semifinal game involving Montgomery.
Involving Renee Montgomery. She comes in from the baseline and boom, hit head on with the young lady last night. And I'll tell you, it was just a scary moment for both young ladies, not only from South Charleston, but also from Ripley. You could see it was contact straight on. I talked with Renee Montgomery when she was warming up this evening. I said, Renee, how's the head? She said, I'm okay.
She did go to the hospital last night as a precaution.
She did that, and they checked her out, and everything was fine. They were concerned she might have had a slight concussion, but nothing was wrong. And she said she had just a little slight headache when she got home, but she was fine today. And certainly she looks like she's fine tonight. Already has 10 points in this contest.
She has been red hot, showing no effects of that late game injury last night that took her out of the game at a point when the game had already been decided with Ripley. All right, second quarter underway. South Charleston with the basketball in the lead, 17-7 over Morgantown. Coleman looks in, basketball stolen away by Lovett. Here comes Morgantown. Lovett trying to go the distance. Up, can't get the roll. She's fouled. So Lisa Lovett will go to the free throw line. Foul was committed on Ruddle. That's her second.
Lisa Lovett, a 5'11" sophomore, gets out quickly on the break, going straight to the basket. Here comes Blair Ruddle, bumps her with the foul, and it will put Lisa Lovett, an 80% free throw shooter for the season, on the free throw line with 2.
And 5 of 6 for the tournament from the free throw line, makes the first substitution. Number 43, Crystal Williams, comes in.
One of the better role players on this basketball team. She came along with Renee Montgomery and Blair Ruddle and Alexis Hornbuckle, of course, from Capital last year.
Yeah, we need to talk more about that story. All those players who came over from Capital, which won the state tournament last year. Hornbuckle tries to get inside, stolen by Pryor. Stolen rather by Carrie Pryor. Here she comes. Pryor has it knocked away. And Morgantown will have the basketball.
Well, you got to love Carrie Pryor. Once she gets her hands on the basketball, there's no hesitation. She knows exactly what she's going to do. If she's out leading the break like she was that time, she's taking it to the basket. She can pull up and hit the jumper, or she can find that open look down inside.
Weigel will throw it in. Drake loses it out of bounds, but it was touched by the Black Eagles. Finds Whiting. Whiting with a little room. Here comes South Charleston with the numbers. 2-on-1. Montgomery. Bounce pass. No good. It got away from Williams, and Morgantown comes the other way. Drake. Over to Pryor. Joanna Joseph preparing to come back in for Morgantown. 17-9. South Charleston leads Morgantown in this AAA championship game. South Charleston one loss as Lovett knocks it down. That's a two-pointer for Lisa Lovett. And Lovett has 4. 17-11. Morgantown undefeated. South Charleston one loss. Is Hornbuckle limping, Fred?
No, I think Hornbuckle is just taking her time getting up the floor. Alexis, she will do that from time to time. As you can see, turnaround jumper just barely misses, but she is high in the air with that vertical jump.
Coleman had the position, the rebound, but there was Pryor for the block, but she also commits the foul.
The one thing you have to notice about Alexis Hornbuckle, Hoppy, she flexes the knee a little bit. She has so much fun when she's out there playing. Nice high elevation on the jumper. And then Coleman, she's a little sneaky kind of player. She got in and got the rebound and was fouled as she took it back up.
Coleman's second trip to the line. She made 1 of 2 early on. Now Lovett will sit down and Joseph will come back in. Check that, Weigel sits down. So Coleman gets a second shot and gets the bounce. 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 18-11. South Charleston leads. Whiting will throw it in under pressure, the pressure that Alan Collins was worried about, and there is why. Turnover, Morgantown. Entry pass, Montgomery. Montgomery has 12.
Renee Montgomery is the young lady that is the recipient of all of the Alexis Hornbuckle pressure because none of it is on her.
Whiting, too much. Rebound taken by Lovett. But Montgomery, what she has, Fred, is tremendous quickness. Whiting. And Whiting with a great move, a fake to the paint, turns around, goes up, and knocks it down.
And Brittany Whiting is a 9th grader as well.
One thing, long bomb, no good. Rebound, Whiting. One thing you like about Whiting, if you're Alan Collins, is just that she loves to get down there, Fred, and mix it up.
To play on either end of the floor, and again, she is just as comfortable out on top as she is right now at the top of the circle as she is down inside, banging body.
Now they're trying to post up. Pryor down below. Now she's moved back outside. Lovett loses the ball, touches the out-of-bounds line, and is turnover Morgantown. They trail by 7. Janelle Lewis will come in for Morgantown, and Brittany Whiting will sit down. Turnovers in this ball game, and there's something that Coach Alan Collins could not be happy about.
But again, that's caused by the pressure right now of South Charleston. The 7 turnovers by South Charleston has caused really by trying to force a couple of passes inside that wasn't there.
Montgomery nearly loses it. Finds Charles. Rebound, strong by Lewis, and she's fouled.
And you don't fault Rebecca Charles for missing that. You give credit to 6'1" Janelle Lewis. She caused her to just let it go a little short.
Foul was on Charles, and that's her first. Morgantown will throw it in. Trailing by 7. 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Over to Pryor. 2-on-1. Lewis tried to get it inside, was looking for Joseph, but the ball was stolen away. Montgomery gets room. Rebound Lewis. Now here's Pryor. Pryor pulls up. Short. Rebound taken by Coleman. It's going to be over the back by Joseph. So Joseph reached over the back and fouled Coleman. A non-shooting foul.
Alan Collins with his arms folded on the sideline. He has to figure out a way offensively for his ball club to get better looks than what they're getting right now. Kind of a hesitation the last time down the floor by Carrie Pryor when she launched that 17-footer. So he's going to have to look to go inside with Janelle Lewis in there right now.
Williams for 3. Crystal Williams knocks down a 3-pointer. Now it's a 10-point lead for South Charleston. Gets the basketball over to Weigel. Off the backboard and good. So Karen Weigel has 4 points. 23-15. Morgantown hanging around. Hornbuckle draws a lot of attention. Williams again way outside. This time can't knock it down. Here comes Morgantown. Pryor way down to Lovett. Might be too much there. Lovett goes down in pain. but action continues. So Lovett's down on the court. Morgantown has the basketball. They're going to call a foul, I believe, but the trainers need to come down and look at Lisa Lovett. They stopped. We had a dead ball here, so they stopped action and are now checking on Lovett. It's going to be Morgantown ball when we come back. So Lisa Lovett, Fred, goes down hard. It looks like they're working on her ankle.
Yeah, she twisted her ankle when she went down, Hoppy, and she stayed down. And the way this young lady likes to play, you know she's in some pain right now. The trainers, of course, Al Collins is out there as well with the young lady.
So with South Charleston leading 23-15, we'll come back to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment.
The best values in America are at your Chrysler dealer today. Now's the time to get great products like our best-selling minivans, versatile PT Cruiser, and the powerful 300M. Great protection with our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. And great deals like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing. Great products, great warranty, great deals. Add it all up and you'll get the best values in America. Hurry to your Chrysler dealer or visit Chrysler.com.
A couple of years ago, my husband and I lost our health care coverage, and we couldn't imagine raising our daughter Amanda without health care. That's when a friend told me about West Virginia CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program. It was easy to apply. Now Amanda has a full range of health services, from doctor visits and prescriptions to vision and dental services. Because of CHIP, Amanda can participate in all the sports she loves, and my husband and I can rest easier knowing that she is covered. Call West Virginia CHIP to see if your child qualifies for free or low-cost health care.
Isn't it time you found out about Imitrex? Ask your doctor if a free sample of Imitrex is right for you. Don't wait. Talk to your doctor today about a free sample of Imitrex.
Introducing new body wash from Old Spice.
Put my love to the test.
It has a dual action formula, so you'll get really clean, smell really great.
Hey, Dan. Need help with your anatomy homework?
New body wash from Old Spice.
For Morgantown, trainers working, Fred, on the right ankle of sophomore Lisa Lovett of Morgantown.
They have the shoe off Hoppy, and again, watching it very closely. We'll have a long pass up the floor from Carrie Pryor, and Lisa comes in underneath. She was in a little too far, and when she came underneath, she came down, looks like, on the ankle or the foot of Lori Coleman, and that's why she twisted the ankle. But you can tell there on the sideline, she's in quite a bit of pain. They do have the shoe off already.
Lovett's had a solid tournament. She had 11 points and 4 rebounds against Greenbrier East in round number 1, also 7 assists in that game. But she's on the bench right now as they work on that right ankle.
The one thing about Morgantown, every player that Alan Collins starts, they each have their own specific role. Carrie Pryor right there. She's a young lady that, hard to believe as a freshman, she's the leader on the floor. She's the young lady that Alan Collins wants the ball in her hands because she gets Joanna Joseph when she is wide open with that outside shot.
Morgantown with the basketball, trailing 23-15, 3:30 left to go in the second quarter of the AAA title game. Whiting. Lewis has her shot blocked, but she's fouled. So Lewis will make her second trip to the line.
Underneath the whistles on the Black Eagles 23, Alexis Hornbuckle.
The foul was on Hornbuckle. That's her first. Hornbuckle, Fred, got in deep foul trouble last night.
Yes, she did. She got in foul trouble, had 3 first quarter fouls, and then she came back in the third period, and before the fourth period started, she got her fourth, but she never did foul out of the ball game.
She sat out the entire second quarter of the game last night against Ripley. But still, even though she did that, she still managed to have a big night. Made 10 free throws down the stretch in the fourth quarter last night. Iced the victory for South Charleston. Janelle Lewis makes 1 of 2. 23-16 South Charleston with the basketball. Renee Montgomery. Just a sophomore. Rifles a pass. Kicked back out. That's Williams. Rebound Montgomery. Up, and that's Charles. So Rebecca Charles has her first field goal. 3 points on the night. 25-16 Black Eagles.
She says a big thank you to Renee Montgomery.
Lewis to Pryor. Nothing there. Ball out of bounds, and it was last touched by Morgantown.
First 2 or 3 times down the floor when this game started, Hoppy, it was Morgantown taking care of the basketball, getting the passes that they wanted. every time down since. They've been rushing shots, taking ill-advised shots. I'm certain that's something Alan Collins will talk with them about at halftime.
Last night, Fred, in their win over Spring Valley, as Hornbuckle was fouled, what you saw, I think, was good passing. They got some easy shots because of good passing. It just hasn't been there yet tonight. Maybe that's the disruptive defense of South Charleston.
Well, no question. South Charleston allowing only an average of 38 points per game on the season. They've just done an outstanding job. They allowed 45 to Elkins in the quarterfinals. They allowed 52 in the semifinals last night to Ripley. But normally a great defensive ball club.
Hornbuckle shooting 63% from the free throw line in the tournament as Drake goes out and Joanna Joseph comes back in.
One thing different about Alexis Hornbuckle this year than last year, she doesn't have to do all of the scoring. She's got a great player in Renee Montgomery with her, and Blair Ruddle. Lori Coleman is a great outside shot as well. She does a lot more of the assist factor now.
Hornbuckle 1 of 2, 6 points on the night so far. Back out to a 10-point lead for South Charleston. Pryor has it knocked away by Montgomery, gets a hand in there.
You look out of one eye and you say, hey, I'm okay. Alexis Hornbuckle is over here to my left, and all of a sudden from the right, here comes Renee Montgomery.
If you don't follow girls basketball that closely and you tune in tonight and you say, I recognize Hornbuckle and Montgomery, but weren't they wearing different uniforms last year?
Yes, they were. In fact, 4 of these young ladies for South Charleston were wearing Capital uniforms last year. The only 2 original members from South Charleston on this starting 5, Rebecca Charles and Lori Coleman. Terry Wayne Farrell for Capital. That's the young man that was the recipient of Alexis Hornbuckle and company last year. In fact, he won 2 straight state championships the last 2 years with Alexis Hornbuckle and company wearing that Capital Cougar uniform. This year, he lost in the sectional tournament to Ripley. He had a good ball club, though.
He's looking out there and saying, wait a minute.
I should be
One of my teams out here.
You know, we talk a lot about South Charleston never being in the state high school basketball tournament. A little misnomer. South Charleston High School's never been here. The team has been here. And I'm talking about Alexis Hornbuckle and Renee Montgomery and company.
26-18. Whiting makes them both. 2:20 left to go. Shot is blocked by Lewis. Here comes Morgantown. Joseph pulls up. Finds Pryor. Morgantown led early 2-0, but since then, South Charleston has been the dominant team in this first half of the AAA title game. Whiting. And Brittany Whiting looked around, didn't like anything she saw, and she knocks down the 3.
Again, that's where Brittany Whiting is so valuable to Alan Collins. Outside, that time, she loves to shoot. She'll take it inside on you as well.
Morgantown back to within 5. And the basketball. Rebound Lewis. Here comes Pryor. Has it knocked away. Taken by Williams. Down court to Charles. Left hand up and good. So that's what South Charleston can do to you. So athletic. So much speed. Now they've got the ball again. You can't blink, Fred, when you're playing the Black Eagles.
Well, if you do, you're going to find yourself down instead of 5. You're going to find yourself down by 9 or 10, and that's exactly what has happened to Morgantown.
It was down to 5, and suddenly that lead is back out to 10 on a couple of quick baskets. Good defensive play by South Charleston. And Renee Montgomery.
Renee Montgomery, complete player. Again, only a sophomore. Defensively, she gets the job done outside that 3-point arc. That's her 3rd 3-pointer of the night.
I have her unofficially at 15. It's a race between her and Pryor. Up with the left hand and goes up.
Renee Montgomery again. She has done it all tonight. You're right, she has 15 points. Defensively, that's where she's been really, really good tonight. She is the one that started that last scoring break when she stole the ball away from behind of Carrie Pryor.
She's going to benefit, too, by the fact that major scouts have been coming to see Alexis Hornbuckle. And in doing so, Fred, they see Renee Montgomery.
And again, that's what I was mentioning early in the fact they're coming to see Alexis Hornbuckle, so there's no pressure on Renee Montgomery. She just goes out and plays her game. 5 of 10 from the floor tonight. She has 15 points, and of those 5 field goals, 3 of them are 3-pointers.
Morgantown got it to within 5, and just that quick. Couple of steals, couple of buckets, and it's back out to 10 for South Charleston, coming up on 1 minute to go in the first half. Whiting. And Brittany Whiting has 9 in the first half. 31-23, South Charleston. Williams to Montgomery. Williams, not there. Rebound Pryor. Down to Joseph. Has an open look. Three. Joanna Joseph, her second three, 31-26. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Williams, entry pass, taken by Hornbuckle. Shakes, fakes, rebound. Good position by Charles. Not there, knocked out of bounds by Hornbuckle. So with 22 seconds left in the first half, Gerald Berge says, we've got to get another bucket, even though we're up 31-26. They'll apply the defensive pressure as they've done the entire game. Joseph finds Lewis. Lewis is fouled. Foul is on Coleman, her second. And Lewis will go to the line.
And again, that mismatch that you talked about earlier, Hoppy, had happened again. Lori Coleman found herself going against 6'1" Janelle Lewis, and she just does not have a chance. Great lead pass up the floor by Morgantown's Karen Weigel underneath. They get it to Janelle Lewis. She tries to go up in the mismatch defensively, and Coleman had to commit the foul.
Lewis 1 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Blair Ruddle comes back in for South Charleston. And Coleman sits down. Lewis's second attempt is good. 31-27. So Morgantown within 4. 8 seconds left in the first half. Hornbuckle wants the basketball in the paint, and that's what she does with it. So Hornbuckle puts an exclamation point on the first half, and there's a whistle with only 0.4 of a second remaining in the first half. The foul is going to be on Williams, her first. And look at Hornbuckle.
Alexis Hornbuckle, shifting, weaving, takes it straight up, and such great form when she's in the air.
Pryor goes to the line. Fred, a story that's gotten by me in the first half. I don't have Pryor with any points.
No, you're right, Carrie Pryor. I have her with 2 points. She scored. Okay. And again, she's just a young lady that can do it wherever she is on the floor. I just like the way she settles down and handles the basketball. She, again, is a leader for this Morgantown Mohegan Ball Club.
Makes them both 33-29, 0.4 of a second. Not time really to get off the shot. So it's a first half, Fred, dominated by South Charleston, but Morgantown's right there.
No question about it, and I think that's something Gerald Berge is going to cause for concern.
Our halftime score is South Charleston 33, Morgantown 29. Let's go to Jason Toy. Jason.
Coach Gerald Berge, Coach, you guys talked about patience early on in this ball game and trying to find that good shot. Took you about 2 minutes into the game. You got that first bucket, but since then, you guys are doing exactly what you were on the game plan?
Yeah, we definitely did that, except that last series down there. We took some, a dumb shot we didn't really need. Then we made a stupid foul with, 0.4 of a second. So that kind of hurt us a little bit, but we're still happy with the way we're playing.
Throughout the first half, Morgantown's made some changes to keep themselves in this ball game. What have you guys do to counter those changes?
Well, we're changing right now. We're going to change and move Alexis in the middle and post her up high so we can get her open down inside.
All right, Coach, best of luck second half.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Coach Gerald Berge, the head coach of South Charleston. Hoppy?
What do you make of that, Fred? Going to move her inside?
Well, I think he's going to have to make some defensive changes. But I'll tell you something else is going to happen, Hoppy, in the second half. You're going to see Alan Collins make some changes as well. These are two very talented coaches. They'll make the adjustments at halftime. Alan Collins, thrilled to death to be only down by 4 at halftime.
That's the story. All right, halftime activities coming up. It's South Charleston 33, Morgantown 29. AAA title game. We're at the half, and we're coming back.
I hope this finds you. I think of you every day. I miss being asked for my advice and loving you enough to always tell you the truth. I'm still here, you know. When you need me, when you're ready. Love always. God.
Our hearts, our minds, and our doors are always open. The people of the United Methodist Churches of West Virginia.
Once upon a time, people were so busy, they forgot about lunch. They skipped it. They neglected it. Until one day, lunch ran away. They searched high and low, but no one could find lunch anywhere. Then something special happened. Lunch returned. And everyone was happy again. Forever after. Uncle Ben's. Make lunch a meal again.
Halftime, Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, AAA title game here on Metro News Sports. South Charleston leads at 33-29. Hoppy Kercheval with Fred Persinger and Jason Toy. And Fred, Morgantown down by 4, yet it was a half that seemed to be dominated by South Charleston.
Well, I think it was, except for a couple of spurts by Morgantown. South Charleston got out to a couple of 10-point leads. They've been able to do that several times throughout the season, but they've played teams that's never been able to come back on them. I think Gerald Berkey right now is saying, look, this is the most important game of the season. We can't get back on our heels when we get the big lead, because he's seen what will happen time and time again. Morgantown, they don't quit. They come right after you every time.
You're always concerned about Alexis Hornbuckle. She has 8 points, but then Renee Montgomery's had an outstanding first half, 15 points.
Renee Montgomery, big-time player. Again, we talk a lot about Alexis Hornbuckle, but you've got to include Renee Montgomery. She can shoot from outside. She is so quick. We've seen her get 4 defensive steals already in the ball game tonight, and that's going to be something else that Alan Collins is going to have to figure out a reason for. They got to stop her somehow.
The leading scorer for Morgantown, Brittany Whiting, just a freshman. She has 9 points, and she needs to be more active in that second half for Morgantown. So we're at the half. There's more upcoming in the AAA championship game. South Charleston leads it 33-29.
At the Thornhill GM Superstore, it's our goal to be West Virginia's #1 dealer. And we're backing it up with our best selection of new GMs ever. Hurry to Thornhill, your $1 over-invoice superstore. Choose from a ton of new trucks, new SUVs, new vans, and new cars. Over 700 brand new GM vehicles, all for only $1 over-invoice, and you keep the rebate.
Our vision is to be West Virginia's #1 dealer. Thornhill GM Superstore, Corridor G, Chapmanville.
Talk to your doctor to see if Advair is right for you.
Go.
Roll up your sleeves and get to lunch. Try Denny's new hoagie melts. The hearty Philly melt smothered in melted Swiss cheese, or the delicious chicken melt covered with tangy cheddar. Try Denny's hoagie melts. Denny's, a good place to sit and eat.
My friends call me sensitive. I guess I am a bit. I really want to call them, but I simply can't commit.
P.U. Me thinketh, that stinketh.
Alf, it's about 10, 10, 220.
Well, don't forget the best part. 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes. It's cheap. Write about that.
I want to write about no monthly commitment, dude.
What about no signing up?
Yeah, I like that, brother.
Obviously from another mother.
Dial 1010-220.
Halftime, Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. In the AAA title game, South Charleston leads Morgantown 33-29, a game that at times South Charleston has pulled out to a big lead, 10 points, but Morgantown just hangs in there and comes back.
Well, they got so much talent. Carrie Pryor, Janelle Lewis, Joanna Joseph hit a couple of big threes to get them back in. And again, I know Gerald Berkey, that is something that he's going to have to be concerned about in the second half.
All right, we're deciding the AAA title. We've already decided single A and double A. In the single A, it was Williamstown and Wheeling Central. Williamstown in maroon, Wheeling Central in white. Molly Kiger, watch her. She gets the putback there. 17 points, 18 rebounds in the game. Now for Wheeling Central. Callie Pate has 2 of her 7 points there. Then it's Kylene Fitzsimmons answers with 2 for the Yellow Jackets. And Fred, an intentional technical foul at the end of this game.
Something that Fred Sorrow, Williamstown, talked about 2 nights ago. He said, if I get a big lead, I want all 6 of my seniors on the floor at one time. He did that late in the game. He told the official, this is what's going to happen. I want the technical foul, but I just want to honor my 6 seniors all at one time. He did that. They came to the center of the floor, and the official went along with everything. He called the technical, which was the right call. Play had started already, but it was just a nice way for Fred Sorrow to honor the 6 seniors. They go out with a state championship.
They do. Williamstown wins the single A title game 69-51. In the double A, it was James Monroe and Sissonville. The Sissonville fans, I tell you, they were wild and crazy. They were pumped up. For Sissonville, Rachel Kendall. Now watch her. She gets the putback. She had 11 points in this game. Then James Monroe James Monroe seeing double, Fred. Here's Rachel's twin, Rebecca, putting Sissonville up by 3 late. Now, time running out. Sissonville up by 3. An intentional foul called here. James Monroe's Megan Tuggle makes 2 free throws. James Monroe down by 1 with the ball. Last second shot, no good. Sissonville leads it 41-40.
First state championship in high school basketball for Sissonville coach Annette Olenchik. Of course, she's won many state championships as the softball coach. 2-time defending champion James Monroe had a chance at the end. They just could not get the shot to fall. And their leading scorer all season long, Sherry Walker, fouled out late in that ball game, so she was not on the floor. She would have been the one that normally took that shot. They had a chance. It just didn't fall. Good win for Sissonville.
Yes, it was. Let's go to Jason Toy, standing by with Mike Hayden of the SSAC. Jason?
Well, Mr. Hayden's enjoying a pretty good ball game so far, and it's just the first weekend of 2 great weekends coming up. Of course, the boys is next week, but this week the girls have put on some exciting play for you guys.
You know, Jason, really, when you talk about individual stars, the girls have far more than what the boys do. Now, the boys tournament is going to be very competitive from the standpoint that there's a lot of balance and a lot of equality there as far as the teams are concerned. But in our girls tournament, we have many, many outstanding young players. You know, you're looking at 4 big-time players tonight on this floor that are Division I prospects, and they're all under class individuals. And we're tickled about that because you take a look at the crowd we've got here, Jason, and it gets bigger and bigger every year as far as the girls tournament is concerned.
You add to it a statewide TV audience, statewide radio audience. Every year, this thing continues to get bigger and bigger. Can it handle getting much, much bigger?
Oh, yes, because this place seats 13,000, and we're at about 6 right now. But, you know, that's amazing for girls basketball. We have one of the largest turnouts of all the 51 state associations. And when I say 51, that counts D.C., and we're proud of that. You know, the bigger states like Ohio and Illinois may have a little bit bigger turnout than we have, but we're proud of what we do in the state of West Virginia when you take a look at our population base.
Well, not to mention football and basketball and the other state championships. It continues to get better. Mr. Hayden, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Jason, and it's because of the work of you people and what you do to help promote it.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike Hayden, the executive director of the West Virginia SSAC. Hoppy? Fred?
All right, thanks, guys. And coming up Wednesday, the boys tournament starts. They'll play over 4 days, and 1 week from tonight, television coverage on Metro News Sports of the AAA boys title game right here on these same stations.
What makes a house a home? It's when every room in the house makes your family and friends feel comfortable. It's caring enough to have furniture that doesn't just look beautiful. It fits your home, says who you are. At Bowl Furniture, our goal is to help you find just the right furnishings, whether you're redecorating your office or simply looking for an unusual accent. At Bowl Furniture, we will work with you to make sure that the furnishings you choose fit your home just right. Bowl Furniture, where classic style comes home.
Gotta get rid of this pain fast. The moment of choice, Tylenol or Advil. Which will work better on muscle aches? Advil liquid gels work faster, stronger, better than Tylenol on tough pain.
Oh, we're here.
For better relief, advance to Advil.
Clearer skin in 2 weeks? It's possible with Renee Micro. Look, this was me before my doctor prescribed Renee Micro. It can start clearing up skin in 2 weeks. I saw full results after 7.
Renee Micro is the only acne treatment with microspheres containing the medicine dermatologists prescribe most. Dryness, redness, or peeling may occur. To prevent aggravating the skin, protect it from sun, tanning lights, extreme wind or cold, and harsh skincare products.
Ask your parents to call a dermatologist. Clear skin in 2 weeks is possible with Renee Micro.
Kiss a Pig for Diabetes Research Monday.
By your Chrysler dealers. By United Bank, West Virginia's bank. By the Thornhill Superstore, your $1 over invoice dealer. By the Affiliated Construction Trades Foundation. Construction workers make up the Affiliated Construction Trades Foundation. If you work for a living, we're working for you. By Holzer Medical Center, discover the Holzer difference. And by the United Methodist Church, the people of the United Methodist Church. Open hearts, open minds, open doors.
Getting ready for the second half. At the half, South Charleston leads Morgantown 33-29. Hoppy Kirchhoff, Fred Persinger, and Jason Toy. Jason.
Coach Alan Collins, head coach for Morgantown. You guys talked about trying to find matchups early on in this ball game. Did you find those matchups you were trying to get?
Well, I'm not sure if we have or not. With Montgomery getting 15, I guess people would question that, but you got to decide, you know, what risk you want to take. We're trying to deny Alexis, and we've done a pretty good job. We've kept her off the board. She's got 1 rebound. I think it really is not so much a defensive situation. I think we've got to be confident with the basketball, be willing to attack some people, see if we can't finish some plays. We've got a chance to run by them a few times, and we just, you know, we've had some 2-on-1s, some 1-on-1s, and we haven't finished. I think if we can do that, we're going to be in the basketball game.
We saw you a couple times going from zone to man. What type of changes at halftime, if any, did you make here for the second half?
We're going to stay in our diamond and 1 defense, but they've started to post Alexis a little bit, so we're going to try to front that and make sure also that as she curls the screen, we're going to try to get over the top of it and see if we can't make her fade to the corner instead of always flashing and making an easy catch in the lane.
All right, Coach, best of luck second half.
All right, thank you.
Alan Collins, the head coach for Morgantown. 16 minutes of basketball should be exciting, Hoppy.
Thanks, Jason. That's a quandary. You concentrate on Alexis Hornbuckle and hold her to 8 and keep her off the boards, and Renee Montgomery goes for 15.
Pick your poison, Hoppy, that's for sure. Highlights from the first half, Morgantown. Brittany Whiting, a young lady that's only a freshman. Great outside shot. As we told you before, she can take it inside as well, but she loves to shoot the outside 3. She's a young lady that Alan Collins is very high on, and rightfully so. Brittany Whiting is one of the strengths right now for Morgantown. Janelle Lewis, another strength has been the outside shooting of Joanna Joseph, a 3-point specialist for Alan Collins' team. She's only a sophomore. For South Charleston, you can't show South Charleston highlights without showing number 23, Alexis Hornbuckle. That was her first 3-pointer of the game. She's since added a total of 8 points. Now, Renee Montgomery, boy, she has been a bright spot, stealing the basketball left and right on her way to 15 points in this first half. She has 4 steals, 3 3-pointers, as you can see. A great shooting touch for the sophomore, Renee Montgomery of South Charleston. Hoppy.
Look at some first half stats here, Fred, and what stands out to you when you look at the stats from the first half?
Well, when you look at the stats, certainly, I think great shooting by both ball clubs from the free throw line. But the turnovers, Morgantown with 13 turnovers right now, and that's caused by that defensive pressure that we talked about. How about already we have a new state high school basketball championship game tournament record. Most steals in the state championship series. Steals in the tournament, Alexis now has 15. She has 4 in this game. Renee Montgomery has 5 steals in this game. She has 16 for the tournament. Now, here's what happens. That breaks the old tournament record. 14 was held by Rachel Zimmerman and Julie Wheeler, both young ladies from Morgantown. That steals record now belongs to South Charleston.
Leading scorers in the game for South Charleston, Renee Montgomery, 15 points, and for Morgantown, Whiting has 9. Whiting, the freshman who came off the bench to get 9, and the name you don't see there, Carrie Pryor, averaging 16.5 in this tournament. Pryor has not scored a field goal in this game.
And Renee Montgomery has been the young lady that's playing defense on Carrie Pryor and has done an outstanding job. Turnovers forced by South Charleston, 11. They've had 9 steals. Morgantown shooting 36% from the floor. That's because of that great defense by South Charleston.
Second half underway. Morgantown with the basketball trailing 33-29 to South Charleston in the AAA title game in girls basketball. Lewis down low. Kicks it back out. Shot up no good by Weigel. And rebound South Charleston. Montgomery gets a little room. Rebound. There's Hornbuckle with the big offensive rebound and the putback. Montgomery has 10, and the lead is 35-29, Black Eagles. Joseph holds up, gives to Weigel. Pryor.
Right now, Gerald Bergey's kind of backed off of that man-to-man, at least not playing it as tight. He's still matching up, but he's waiting till they get a little closer to the lane area.
One and done for Morgantown. Knocked out of bounds by Morgantown, and South Charleston will have the basketball.
Yeah, good recovery that time by Lisa Lovett as she came across the lane to knock the pass out of bounds.
Lovett has that ankle taped and is obviously back in the game. Came out of the first half with a twisted ankle, but she's obviously okay. Ball gets loose, taken by Ruddle. And Hornbuckle comes out of there with it. Alexis Hornbuckle. Montgomery. Shot partially blocked, taken out of there by Lewis, and here comes Carey Pryor. Morgantown down by 6, 35-29. Morgantown did not lose a single game this year, 25-0. These two teams did not meet in the regular season. Entry pass. Lewis shakes free, up and good.
Nice entry pass inside from Morgantown. Then Janelle finished it off with a nice soft shot off the glass.
Lewis with 6. South Charleston by 4. They've led by as many as 10 in this game. Ruddle with a little room has a shot blocked by Lewis. Here comes Morgantown. They have the numbers. It's going to be Pryor all the way. Left hand up and good. And Pryor with her first field goal. She has 4 on the night, 2 from the free throw line. Now Morgantown, Fred, within 2.
And again, here comes that little spurt that we've talked about several times from Morgantown. They're very, very capable of taking a ball game over. But right now, I think South Charleston wants to get the ball in the hands of Alexis Hornbuckle. She's the one that can control the game.
And a turnover, South Charleston.
And this time, this last time down the floor, Alexis Hornbuckle or Renee Montgomery did not touch the basketball.
Good point. Joseph. So Morgantown with a chance to tie or take the lead for the first time since very early in this game. Love it. Not there, but there's Lewis with the putback, and she's fouled. So Lewis is fouled by Hornbuckle. Her second foul. And Lewis will go to the free throw line where she's been busy tonight.
Outside shot was off the mark, and Janelle was right there to get the rebound, and Alexis came over from the weak side. Now, as soon as she came over from the weak side, she committed the foul. She went right to Rebecca Charles to say, hey, I had to slide down. You're going to have to slide down in front of her. Box her out so she cannot get that wide-open rebound.
You couldn't see it on camera, but I saw her dad, Junius, over in the stands, motioning with his hands, saying, follow through, follow through. Makes them both. Good advice from Dad. We're tied for the first time since very early in this game. First time in the game. 35 all. She might be able to take her dad now.
Probably has better knees, that's for sure.
Outside, Hornbuckle. Too strong. Rebound. Taken by Coleman. Montgomery with a little room. Great entry pass to Charles. Charles can't close, and the shot is blocked. But the foul is committed by Pryor. That's going to be her second.
That shot came about because Rebecca Charles, she worked without the ball. She got inside Carey Pryor, and the wide open layup was there. She just left it a little short. Beautiful pass inside there.
Charles' second trip to the free throw line, 1 for 2 so far tonight. Misses the first as Brittany Drake comes in, and Weigel will sit down.
I don't think too long before now you're going to see Brittany Whiting in that Morgantown lineup as well.
As a young player, Alan Collins has found it's just better to have her to come off the bench. But she plays very aggressively. You know it when she's in there.
Yes, you do.
Pryor with the basketball, working on Hornbuckle. Shakes, bakes. What a tough shot by Carey Pryor, who does a spinning jump shot on Alexis Hornbuckle.
Guess what? This freshman's getting used to these rims at the Charleston Civic Center. She's having some fun right now.
Morgantown now in the lead, 37-36. Coleman, too strong. Rebound fought for. Montgomery comes out of there with the basketball. The Hornbuckle. Wants to work. Gets a little room, gets into paint, has a shot partially blocked by Drake, but Drake also gets the arm and her second foul.
South Charleston down by 1 point. Who wanted the basketball? And that was Alexis Hornbuckle. Carey Pryor, though, had the pass, took it all the way down the floor, shake and bake, turns, little fadeaway jumper with the right hand from about 12 feet on the left side of the lane, and an easy 2 for Morgantown. Just a sweet move by the freshman Pryor. She doesn't go straight up with the shot. She doesn't want her shot blocked. She'll fade it back several times when shooting that jump shot.
Fred, it may have looked easy.
It was for her.
That's not an easy shot.
It was for her.
That was a big-time play. Correction, the foul was on Lewis. And Hornbuckle knocks them both down. She has 12. South Charleston back in the lead. 1-point ball game, 38-37. Foul is called. Foul's going to be on South Charleston. Foul's on Montgomery, her first. Non-shooting foul. And Drake will throw it in for Morgantown.
Gerald Berge not a real happy person right now.
See the field goal shooting in the second half, and that 3 for 6, that's enabled Morgantown to get back in this ball game. South Charleston starting cold in this third quarter. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's 38-37 South Charleston. Love it in trouble. Ball gets away, touched by Hornbuckle, out of bounds, and Morgantown will have it. Substitution. And when we come back, the freshman Brittany Whiting will be coming in for Morgantown. But right now, South Charleston has the lead by 1 over Morgantown.
In nature, speed and timing are crucial. And now you need both to get a great deal on a Jeep vehicle, since the Best Values in America event won't be around for long. So act fast to get great products, a great warranty, and great deals, like a Grand Cherokee with 0% financing for 60 months or a $3,000 cash allowance. So get to your Jeep dealer today, because timing is everything. Great products, a great warranty, and great deals all add up to the Best Values in America. Hurry to your Jeep dealer for details or visit Jeep.com.
4 days is it. Through Monday only, take 2 years to pay, same as cash. At Big Sandy Superstore. Roper, washer, and dryer pair, $377. Sofa, love seat, and 3 tables, $1,299. And the big 4-day bonus. 2 years to pay, same as cash. Don't miss it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The great 4-day sale at Big Sandy Superstore.
Level of girls basketball in West Virginia right now, Fred.
Head coach of the University of Tennessee women's team, Pat Summitt, is in the stands watching, of course, Alexis Hornbuckle, but seeing a lot of other great players as well. Last night, head coach from the University of Kentucky, Gino, was here. Mike Carey. Yeah, University of Connecticut, rather. Gino was here. Mike Carey from WVU was here. We've seen a lot of head coaches in this state tournament, and one of the reasons is Alexis Hornbuckle.
Lisa Lovett was having her ankle worked on earlier, and now they're back on it, so they're trying to get her fixed up and back in the ballgame. Turnover at Morgantown. Yeah, that it's attracting a lot of attention. Gino here last night, Ariema from Connecticut, it was like a celebrity. Well, he is a celebrity, I guess, in a sense, and people were crowding around him, getting autographs, interviews.
Same thing for Pat Summitt tonight.
Entry pass to Hornbuckle, up and good. That's an automatic 2 for Alexis Hornbuckle. She has 14. And South Charleston back out to a 3-point lead. Cross court, that's a mistake. Hornbuckle with the steal and can't get the roll, but does pick up the foul.
Hoppy, they trailed last 2 times down the floor. Who's had their hands on the basketball? Alexis Hornbuckle. This was the 3rd straight time, and she just barely missed a shot. She goes to the free throw line. Alexis Hornbuckle, when her team gets in trouble, she wants the basketball. They call them money players. She definitely is one.
And Fred, not only on the offensive end, but she is going to make something happen on the defensive end as well.
Well, that's why she's so valuable. You better watch where she is at all times. And has such a soft touch at the free throw line.
She makes it. She has 15 points, and Alan Collins calls a quick timeout to try to get things sorted out here, because obviously they have to break that pressure.
And again, a very wise timeout by Alan Collins. He assembles these young ladies right around him. And when you talk about Alexis Hornbuckle, not only is she a star this year and certainly the leading candidate for the Player of the Year in the state of West Virginia, let's go back a couple of years. 2001, there you note that Capital Cougar uniform that she had on, and I'm not sure she's even better now, but how do you improve on perfection? Young lady did it all then. She was only a freshman last year. 2002, still that Cougar uniform. You're going to see, without question, one of the most beautiful pass plays I've ever seen in basketball right there from Alexis Hornbuckle. They called traveling. There's the smile. She couldn't believe it either. She's a player, no question about it. And again, I don't think she's improved from her freshman year, but how could she?
I saw her for the first time the freshman year in the championship game, and you kept telling me, say, wait till you see Alexis Hornbuckle. And you see her and your jaw drops open, and you think, now we're used to it because we've seen her for 3 years.
You expect her to do the things she's doing.
And makes clutch free throws, 2 of 2. On that last step up to the free throw line, 42-37 now, another turnover. This time Renee Montgomery gets the basketball for South Charleston. They're 42-37 with the ball. Now let's steal the other way. Here's Carey Pryor. Pryor will go uncontested to the bucket. And she has 8 points, all field goals in the second half, 3 field goals in the second half. And Morgantown hangs around 42-39.
Morgantown is proving that 25-0 record is for real.
Coleman. Montgomery finds Ruddle. Back over to Coleman. Has a look from the baseline. Gets the bounce.
There's the young lady that's a role player. She's been at South Charleston all these years. She went through the losing seasons, and she's got a great jumper along that baseline.
Ball was kicked out of bounds and touched by South Charleston, so Whiting will throw it back in for Morgantown. The trail's 44-39. Substitution. Lovett will come in for Lewis.
That's a little bit more speed into that Allen Collins lineup, and he needs that if he's going to get back on defense.
Long pass taken by Drake. And Drake goes the distance. Can't get the bounce on the other end. Rebound Hornbuckle. Here comes South Charleston. Watch out. Hornbuckle spins, shakes, shoots, scores. I'm not giving a description, Fred. Everybody saw it.
You can't describe that.
Drake to Lovett. Breaks free. Left hand up and good. But Morgantown, a good job of quickly getting back the other way. They're down by 5.
Alexis Hornbuckle had 8 points in the first half. She already has 10 in this third period.
Hornbuckle for 3. Rebound Lovett. Playing big in this championship game. To Weigel. Kicks out to Pryor. 3, no good. Rebound South Charleston. Renee Montgomery gets away from her. And taken by Morgantown. Whiting takes a step up. That'll be for 2. Rebound. It was Lovett there with the rebound and the putback. Lisa Lovett coming on strong with back-to-back baskets.
As she came in from the weak side, no one boxed her out, and she was wide open for the rebound and the putback.
And Gerald Berge, the head coach of South Charleston, must be wondering, wait a minute, we're delivering killer blows here.
You just can't knock them out.
Coleman, entry pass. The putback, no good by Hornbuckle, but she picks up the foul.
She kept fighting for the rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line. Well, they called the foul on Alexis. Yes. Alexis comes in, made another strong move. She just couldn't get it to fall this time. Got the tip in one time. Then the second time she went after it, she was going over the back of Morgantown, and that's her third personal foul.
Granted, Joseph comes in. Weigel sits down. Morgantown with 1:31 left to go in the third, down by 3. That constant pressure by South Charleston, always there. Morgantown breaks it. Whiting, spin move, off the glass, and rebound taken by Ruddle, and she's tied up by Drake, and the possession arrow favors South Charleston.
The one thing Gerald Berge has to be concerned about right now with a minute 20 still remaining in the third period. Alexis has 3 personal fouls. He cannot allow her to pick up that 4th personal foul. Now, she only knows one gear. That's forward from the opening tip until the final horn. And she was down on the other end trying to steal the basketball the last time. If she picks up that 4th personal foul, it's really going to change the complexion of this ball game.
Whiting goes out. I think she had some blood on her knee. Renee Montgomery, who is able to dribble out of trouble. Out to Coleman. She's roughed up. And she will go to the free throw line.
You got to like this youngster from South Charleston, Lori Coleman. She will just take it right to the basket. Not the tallest player on the floor, but that doesn't bother her mindset at all.
So Coleman's second foul. I'm sorry, Drake's foul. Fouls on 3.
Carey Pryor is a young lady from Morgantown.
Morgantown with the basketball. 47-43, South Charleston leads it. Pryor. Rebound Lewis. Has it knocked away by Hornbuckle. Here comes Renee Montgomery. It's 2-on-2. Working on Lovett. Up with the right hand and good. And Renee Montgomery, the speed and the agility and the guts to take it right to the hole. She has 17. South Charleston trapping Morgantown. They're down by 6, 49-43. Lovett with a little room. And Lovett has 3 straight baskets.
Well, she's been impressive in this second half.
Has 10 points on the night. Morgantown down by 4. Closing seconds of the third quarter. South Charleston has led by as many as 10 in this game, but they've not been able to put Morgantown away. Black Eagles playing for a last shot here. I would imagine they'll be looking for Hornbuckle.
Or Renee Montgomery. Or Rebecca Charles.
Charles takes the shot. So, we've played 3 quarters, 1 quarter left in this AAA title game, and South Charleston leads it 49-45 over Morgantown.
The best values in America are at your Chrysler dealer today. Now's the time to get great products like our best-selling minivans, versatile PT Cruiser, and the powerful 300M. Great protection with our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. And great deals like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing. Great products, great warranty, great deals. Add it all up and you'll get the best values in America. Hurry to your Chrysler dealer or visit Chrysler.com.
Suicide. It's a subject most people don't want to talk about, but we can't afford not to. Suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S., and it can happen to any family, even yours. Depression, drug and alcohol abuse, and stressful life events can lead to feelings of worthlessness and hopelessness. If you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts of suicide, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call River Park Hospital at 1-800-621-COPE. River Park Hospital. Giving help. Giving hope.
The South Charleston fans, they're starting to smell it, but this game is not over yet. They want that championship trophy. And right now, they're up by 4 over Morgantown, 49-45.
One of the reasons they are in this ballgame, actually 2 reasons. Number 1 is Carrie Pryor. Pryor has 8 points in the ballgame. Did not have a field goal until this second half. Great outside shooting ability. She'll take it to the hole and score very easily off the glass. Carrie Pryor, one of the reasons that Morgantown is hanging around. I'll tell you, there's another reason. That's that young lady right there, Lisa Lovett. She has 10 points in the ballgame. Hurt her ankle earlier in the ballgame. They've taped it twice now, and she comes right back. So she is really playing well.
Yes, she is. And there she is, the sophomore for Morgantown. 10 points. Helped out with rebounds, playing smart. Did not have a great game last night in their win over Spring Valley, but before that, she had 11 points and 4 rebounds against Greenbrier East.
Only 3 points last night, but again, she has really saved it for the big game. 4-point lead for South Charleston.
49-45. South Charleston with the lead. Morgantown with the basketball. Here we go. Last quarter to decide this title. Hornbuckle with the basketball. It's the 4th quarter. She's going to see a lot of the basketball. Montgomery takes 3. Wild pass or shot. Let's go to Jason Torrey. Jason?
During the last time out in between quarters, Coach Alan Collins, the head coach for Morgantown, was telling his team to deny the inside. And on the offensive end of the basketball, set a series of screens, find the good shots, be patient with it. He said, guys, we still have 8 minutes left in this ball game. We are not out of it by far. Just keep the intensity up and deny the inside.
Alan Collins, Fred won the title in 90, 92, 93, runner-up in 89.
He's a young man, his 17th year at Morgantown. He's trying to do something, Poppy, that's never been done in high school basketball or in high school sports in West Virginia before. He's trying to finish the season undefeated and win a state championship. You remember, the boys' football team did that. Undefeated state championships never happened to the same school in West Virginia history.
Hornbuckle gave South Charleston the 6-point lead and then the turnover as the ball got through Drake's hands. And you look at Morgantown, state champs in football. Karen Weigel individual champ in cross country, runner-up in swimming. And the boys will be here next week, Fred.
Yeah, I saw Tom Yester here earlier this evening and wishing Alan Collins well. It's a great program they have athletically in 2002 and 2003 at Morgantown High School.
Their football team went undefeated. Their basketball team is undefeated, but as Coleman knocks down the 2, that record is in jeopardy because South Charleston has an 8-point lead in this final quarter.
We have timeout, Morgantown.
And Alan Collins sees his team trail by 8 and does not want to let this thing slip away. 6:40 left in the AAA title game, and South Charleston leads 53-45.
On March 16th, the Sci-Fi Channel presents Frank Herbert's Children of Dune, the epic story of one man's legacy and power. Through local cable advertising, you have the power to get your business into the minds of consumers in the most cost-effective way possible. Call Cable Advertising in Metro Atlanta today and watch Frank Herbert's Children of Dune, March 16th at 9, only on Sci-Fi Channel.
Call Charter Communications at 1-800-972-5757 and order any pipeline package and get a free...
Layoffs. I don't remember the last time I heard of someone being laid off.
Can't believe it. I thought I was doing good. Never would have thought they'd lay me off. I can't believe I blew my chance to go to school when Mom and Dad would have helped.
Who says you blew your chance? Why can't you go now? Ever heard of financial aid?
For information on career training, call NIT at 1-800-752-3335. That's 1-800-752-3335.
You know, we've all seen the classifieds loaded with job opportunities, but there's a big difference between a job and a career, and that difference is professional training. Classes are available to meet your busy schedule. We offer career placement assistance, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. So if you're ready to take that next step, ready to put down the paper and pick up the phone, do it now. Your future may be a phone call away. All you have to do is reach out and make it happen.
Just under 7 minutes left in this AAA championship game here on Metro News Sports, and South Charleston up 53-45.
Lori Coleman again, a youngster that is so good from that baseline. She is one of the main reasons, Hoppy, that South Charleston is in this state tournament. And by that I mean they had to knock off the Nitro Wildcats. Scott Tinsley's ball club lost 2 games this year, both to South Charleston. I saw both those losses, and Lori Coleman was the main reason. Not Renee Montgomery, not Alexis Hornbuckle. Lori Coleman. She's the young lady that hit 15 points in the last game against them, and most of those coming from that baseline jump shot.
Coleman, a senior for South Charleston. Morgantown with the basketball. Fire. Back to Lovett. Carey fires. Cross court to Drake. 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. 53-45 South Charleston. See what strategy Alan Collins planned in the timeout. Foul call against Coleman. That's going to be her 4th. So Coleman has 4 fouls. She'll take a seat, and Crystal Williams will come in. Williams more of an outside threat. She can hit the 3. She has 1 in this ballgame.
Strategy for Gerald Berge coming out of that timeout. As you notice, that man-to-man defense much more active that last time down the floor.
And now Gerald Berge calls a timeout. So both coaches using their timeouts and using their strategy, because it's all on the line tonight here at the Civic Center.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure your dad's at the wedding.
Daddy, I'm getting married. I can't wait for you to walk me down the aisle.
This is the year.
I wouldn't miss that for the world, baby girl. You're going to make a beautiful bride.
This is the year I breathe. This is the year I breathe.
Who gives this woman to marry this man? Her mother and I.
Gunshots damaged her home.
He was shooting in the field, and I heard an explosion.
Did this boy pull the trigger?
His father said, "You have no proof that my son did it. You have no witnesses." We do have a witness.
Oh, I'd like to hear that witness.
Kids, guns, and justice.
Is he shooting the gun?
Yeah.
I understand this. You're not supposed to play with guns. I don't understand why you think that it's important for him to have a gun to begin with. It's not important.
Next, Judge Judy.
It's stupid.
Monday evening at 5 on TV8.
And boys next week is at WVStateTournament.com, powered by our friends at CityNet. Log on, click on, and follow the tournament from start to finish. All the stats, everything you need. There's Carrie Pryor, 8 points in this game for Morgantown, and she will have to play an important role against that opponent there, Alexis Hornbuckle, if Morgantown hopes to draw close here in the final 6 minutes, 17 seconds of this game. Entry pass gets away from Morgantown. Here comes Hornbuckle. This is where she's so dangerous. Two. 22 for Alexis Hornbuckle. Now, back out to a 10-point lead. Now the quick turnover taken there by South Charleston. 2 shots to the basket. They can't finish. Down on the court goes Charleston. That's going to be a traveler. But they were very close, Fred, to putting Morgantown in a very, very difficult spot.
Until 2 words. Alexis Hornbuckle took over. She's taken over in the second half. 22 points. She has 14 in the second half, and they steal it again.
Another turnover, Morgantown. So South Charleston with the basketball and a 10-point lead. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Strange thing last night in the third quarter, Fred, South Charleston went into a stall against Ripley.
Well, the game was very, very close. Alexis Hornbuckle already had 3 personal fouls. He picked those up early. Gerald Berge told me that he just wanted to make sure that Ripley was going to come out and play. And he said, when they decided not to come out and play, we had the lead. He said, I just said on the first time Alexis Hornbuckle has ever had to stall the basketball.
Crowd didn't know what to make of it.
Neither did Alexis, but once she said we got into it, she said I started having fun. And again, the most fun was for her and the rest of her teammates. They won the ball game.
5-minute mark, South Charleston burning clock with a 10-point lead. Now Morgantown comes out in a trap, trying to force something. But when that happens, they get the ball in the hands of either Hornbuckle or Renee Montgomery, who are excellent ball handlers.
And they want the basketball in that situation. You can just see it on their face.
Ruddle over to Montgomery and finds an open Crystal Williams underneath, and that's what happens, Fred. You get lulled into it, and Williams knocks down the 2. Here comes Morgantown. Down court, that's Pryor. Pryor answers on the other end. She has 10. 57-47, South Charleston coming up on 4 minutes. Time beginning to come a factor for Morgantown. Montgomery did not move the pivot, gets it over to Charles, and Charles up and 2.
Papa, you sit here and watch South Charleston operate, and that's what it is, an operation. It's easy to understand why they're number 44 in the country.
12-point lead now. Now the ball gets away. Stolen away by Montgomery. Takes it from Lovett. There's Hornbuckle. That's going to be, oh no, I was going to call the 2, and I did it too quickly. Gets it out to Ruddle. Too strong, but there's Hornbuckle to put it back. Can't get the roll. Now Charles. Time after time, chance after chance. Charles picks up 2. Now the steal by Ruddle, and Ruddle adds 2. And Alan Collins, Fred, needs a timeout.
Very desperately needs a timeout. All of a sudden, it's a 16-point lead for South Charleston.
And that's what South Charleston can do to you. You get a little tired, you get a little sloppy, you're trying to make something happen, and that pressure, that time, that accounted for 4 points, and now South Charleston can smell it, leading 63-47, 3:38 left to play. It happened so quickly.
South Charleston is a basketball team that has another gear that a lot of teams don't even know about. Alexis Hornbuckle to Blair Ruddle. Alexis Hornbuckle fighting for it. Can't get it to fall. Here comes Rebecca Charles. Up and in again. And just when you think, okay, they're off their defensive mode, here they come again. Blair Ruddle steals the ball, hits another 2. That will break your back. 17 steals in this ball game by South Charleston and a 16-point lead.
Well, that's a killer, Fred. 17 steals. You might have turnover problems against this team, but steals can often be converted into easy baskets, and that's what's happened there. You see the turnover situation. Morgantown, 23. South Charleston, 11 the other night. South Charleston faced Elkins forced Elkins into 33 turnovers.
South Charleston's quickness on defense. You know, you talk a lot about their offense, and they've got 63 points on the board right now. But a lot of those points because of that great defense. And Alexis Hornbuckle taking a little bit more of a breather than the rest of the team. Finally joins her teammates onto the floor.
She was sitting on the bench, and somebody said, hey, the game's still going on. Get back in the game.
Yeah, because she is the coach out on the floor. She may have been sitting in Gerald Berge's seat over on the far sideline. She's the coach on the floor.
Morgantown trying to get it in. They need a bucket badly. There's Weigel. Down to Joseph. Shot is blocked. Blocked by Williams. And here comes South Charleston. They're in a groove. Montgomery pulls up. Smart move. They want to run clock. Leading 63-47. Coming up on 3 minutes to play. Alan Collins yells in. Come out. Play defense. But when you do that, the problem is Hornbuckle can go around you. Montgomery has the ball stolen by Weigel. Weigel gets it to Pryor. Pryor works, left hand up, and she's fouled. Fouled by Ruddle.
One thing you got to love about this Morgantown team, even though they trail by 16 with 3:02 left in the contest, there is no quit in these young ladies from Mon County. Great job that time by Joanna Joseph as Renee Montgomery just kind of took her eyes off her for a second, and boo, she slaps the basketball loose, whips it up the floor, and here comes Carrie Pryor. She's a great finisher with the basketball. Took it up a little softly, but she was fouled and will be at the free throw line.
Morgantown starts just one senior, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen. And Fred, their JV and freshman teams lost just 1 game each.
Yeah, take a good look at this ball club from Morgantown. They're going to be in this Charleston Civic Center in the state tournament, I think, for several years to come. Some great teams up north. They beat a very good John Marshall team to get here. Before they're very talented and very young.
Chance slips away for Morgantown. So Hornbuckle will throw it in for the Black Eagles, leading 63-48, 2:49 to play. And South Charleston, as a school, has not won a girls' title. Some of these players have because they were at Capital. Hornbuckle, Montgomery, Williams for 3. But there with the putback is Charles. And Rebecca Charles had position. She has 2 more. She has 12. Solid night for Rebecca Charles. Senior forward. Weigel. 2:30 left to play. Into Lewis. Morgantown needs 3s. That's what Whiting is thinking. Rebound. Touched by Morgantown. South Charleston will have it. Alan Collins signals in pressure. 2:18 to go. Press by South Charleston. By Morgantown. Stolen away by Morgantown. Pryor for 3. So Pryor has 14. But now the other way. Here comes South Charleston, and Charles goes down hard. So she will go to the line. But Fred, it's a 14-point lead for South Charleston.
Yeah, and you talk about this South Charleston ball club just a few years ago, Hoppy. They were suffering through 0-41. And they get to transfer these young ladies, and we've talked about Renee Montgomery and Alexis Hornbuckle and Blair Ruddle and Crystal Williams. Those are the 4 that came over. And when you get a lot of talent, Gerald Berge was quick to point out, he said, my coaching really hasn't changed that much. But boy, I sure got a lot to coach right now. And looks like he's well on his way to his first state championship.
Last year, South Charleston won, what, 3 games?
Yes, they did. And again, they only 3 games last year, but that was before the influx of all of this talent.
Williams stepped out of bounds on the attempted steal. So now Joanna Joseph will throw it in for Morgantown. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. South Charleston up by 15. 66-51, and Fred, it happened pretty quickly. It was a very close game just a minute ago. Now, here comes South Charleston. Watch out. Hornbuckle working. High off the glass, up and in. Alexis Hornbuckle leads all scorers with 24 points, and that's an exclamation point on this ball game.
She laid it off the glass so softly. She took it up very high with that right hand.
I was looking for a jam, Fred.
She does that in practice.
A 3. Carrie Pryor. She responds on the other end. 1:23 left. 68-54. South Charleston. Looks like Alan Collins is going to go to his bench, Fred.
Well, give every young lady an opportunity to get into this state championship game. Memories that last a lifetime. Morgantown certainly not going to be happy about the outcome. They're going to be disappointed, but they also have to be awfully happy with the way they've had this wonderful, wonderful season. And if you lose only one game all year, you hate to lose it. But if you lose it in the state championship game and you've got all of this talent coming back, you've got to feel pretty good about that. You know, we talk about all of the young talent coming back for Morgantown. How would you like to be Gerald Berge? I know you got Renee, Montgomery, Alexis, Hornbuckle, and Blair Ruddle to build around next year. We may see these same two teams in this tournament game next year.
It could happen as the starters for Morgantown sit down, as Alan Collins says, nope, not going to happen. A minute 5 to go. Let's let everybody get in the game. And now for South Charleston, the starters check out. There's Rebecca Charles sitting down, the senior forward. So her last game, Fred, will be a championship game. She will have some great memories. Renee Montgomery staying in there to handle the basketball, as is Hornbuckle. Now under a minute to play. Morgantown chasing but not fouling.
This next dead ball hopper, you're going to hear a great round of applause because Alexis Hornbuckle and Renee Montgomery are going to come out and they're going to go out as state champions. 3 in a row for Alexis Hornbuckle.
So Gerald Berge, the head coach, calls a timeout, gives a high five to Alexis Hornbuckle, hugs his players and says, girls, we're just a couple of seconds away from that championship. Ranked #1, Fred, during the season, lost that first game to Nitro. Great battle with that local rival. They beat Nitro on the rematch, then played Nitro again in the playoffs, knocked them off, and they've been rolling ever since. 25-1, and Alexis Hornbuckle will take a seat. 22 points, 8 for 18 shooting, 9 rebounds, so nearly double-double. Gets a hug there. You know, she doesn't wait till to the end of the game to smile, Fred. She's always smiling.
She's very, very confident in what she can do on the floor. It gives her reason to smile.
Now substitutes in for both teams. Foul is called. And you might wonder, how does it happen that the players that were at Capital to win a championship are now at Nitro, but you can transfer from one school to another?
First 10 days of the school year, you can transfer for whatever reason. In fact, you don't even have to give a reason in West Virginia high schools. Now, if you transfer out of an area that does not provide you bus service, you must provide your own transportation. But in the first 10 days, you can transfer, and it's no problem whatsoever. When I saw last year, I watched as Capital won their second straight state championship. I talked with Alexis Hornbuckle after the game. I knew she was transferring then. I asked her, why would you transfer when you have a chance to win 4 straight titles? And she very calmly and very confidently said, what makes you think I still won't win 4 state championships? That's not cockiness, that's just confidence. And she's backed it up this year.
Her dad is an assistant coach with South Charleston, and he was an assistant coach at Capital when she was there. 13 seconds left. 68 for there's her dad and assistant coach.
Jerome Hornbuckle, sporting a brand new pair of shoes he tried to show me earlier tonight. I never did get over to take a look at them, but he was very proud of those new shoes he had on.
Those are nice shoes.
There you go.
Morgantown 25-0, but about to become 25-1. That one loss, Fred, imagine that. In the title game, there's Alan Collins, and what a great job he's done in his 17th season.
How ironic is it that South Charleston loses their first game of the season and loses no more. Morgantown loses their last game of the season. That's the only loss for them.
Great point. So, the buzzer sounds. The fans will come on the court. Coach Gerald Berge, all smiles. He gets the game ball and the championship trophy. And Morgantown High will finish runner-up. A fantastic season, but 1 game short as they fall to South Charleston. Congratulations to the Black Eagles of South Charleston, the girls, AAA high school basketball champions. We'll be back to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Stay with us.
We are proud of our team and committed to excellence. We are dedicated to training, hard work, and helping you reach your goals. CAMC Sports Medicine and Rehab Center, located in Northgate Business Park, Charleston. At the CAMC Sports Medicine and Rehab Center, we use our licensed staff and state-of-the-art facility for training, guidance, and education so you can get back to your everyday life. CAMC Sports Medicine and Rehab Center, located in Northgate Business Park, Charleston.
Layoffs. I don't remember the last time I heard of someone being laid off.
Can't believe it. I thought I was doing good. Never would have thought they'd lay me off. I can't believe I blew my chance to go to school when Mom and Dad would have helped.
Who says you blew your chance? Why can't you go now? Ever heard of financial aid?
For information on career training, call NIT at 1-800-752-3335. That's 1-800-752-3335.
You know, we've all seen the classifieds loaded with job opportunities. But there's a big difference between a job and a career, and that difference is professional training. Classes are available to meet your busy schedule. We offer career placement assistance, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. So if you're ready to take that next step, ready to put down the paper and pick up the phone, do it now. Your future may be a phone call away. All you have to do is reach out and make it happen.
The AAA girls title belongs to South Charleston. The Black Eagles beat Morgantown 68-55. And Jason Toy standing by with the victorious head coach, Gerald Berge. Jason.
Gerald Berge, coach, you guys make your first ever appearance here. You get your first ever state title. What's the feeling like?
It's great. It's tremendous. It's great for the community, the school. You know, I couldn't be more proud of any bunch of kids in my whole life. They just did a great job, and I'm very, very proud of them.
Gerald Berge, the head coach of South Charleston, state champs. They only lose a couple of players on this team next year. Other than that, they're intact for next season.
Well, you're right, Jason, because Alexis Hornbuckle will be back. Renee Montgomery will be back. Now, coming up 1 week from tonight, we will have our next telecast. It'll be the Metro News Sports presentation of the boys AAA championship game, 7 o'clock on these same stations, coming up a week from tonight.
That promises to be as good a game as we saw tonight. An awful lot of talent.
Absolutely. There are your champs, the Black Eagles of South Charleston. Morgantown High's Carrie Pryor. Alexis Hornbuckle. What a great tournament she had. What a great champion she is. High off the glass. That was the exclamation point on this ball game for Alexis Hornbuckle and South Charleston. For Morgantown, an outstanding season. Carrie Pryor hitting the three there, but it was not to be tonight because this night would belong to South Charleston. So the final in the girls AAA high school title game is South Charleston 68, Morgantown 55. For Jason Toy, Fred Persinger, I'm Hoppy Kercheval. Good night, everybody.
The next award will be from the School Spirit Award. The winner is...
Hey, you know what?
What?
You gotta eat.
Well, it's in your eyes. Ain't no surprise. You got a thing for rallies. Check it out. What you gonna have for rallies?
Your taste buds won't know what hit them. Unbeliever Burgers are back. Get your choice of our new mushroom Swiss burger, bacon cheddar burger, or chili cheeseburger, just 99 cents each. Can't beat them, gotta eat them. 99-cent Unbeliever Burgers.
For rallies.
Layoffs. I don't remember the last time I heard of someone being laid off.
Can't believe it. I thought I was doing good. Never would have thought they'd lay me off. I can't believe I blew my chance to go to school when Mom and Dad would have helped.
Who says you blew your chance? Why can't you go now? Ever heard of financial aid?
For information on career training, call NIT at 1-800-752-3335. That's 1-800-752-3335.
You know, we've all seen the classifieds loaded with job opportunities. But there's a big difference between a job and a career, and that difference is professional training. Classes are available to meet your busy schedule. We offer career placement assistance, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. So if you're ready to take that next step, ready to put down the paper and pick up the phone, do it now. Your future may be a phone call away. All you have to do is reach out and make it happen.
bought our hot tub at a discount store.
We got a great deal on the floor mop.
Sure, it's got a few dings, but who notices, right?
Show 'em the steps, honey.
I built it myself. Not bad, eh?
Why settle for a hot tub when you could have a thermo spa with a solid granite storage cabinet and elegant wraparound steps for safety? There's even a patented towel warmer compartment, ideal for those cool, damp nights. Call for our free information pack.